So in this video we are going to learn about functions in TypeScript. But before learning function, it is advisable to learn about the tsconfig.json. So this tsconfig.json file is used to configure the TypeScript compiler behavior and setting for our TypeScript project. So it allows us to specify how our TypeScript files should be compiled, what kind of output should be generated, and various other compiler options also available in tsconfig.json. Why should we learn? Because we are going to use the tsconfig.json options in this project. So let's dive into our functions. So to create a tsconfig.json, we have to use this command typescript. First of all, create a directory for your project. I am going to create a directory called function. So to go into your function directory and to create a config.json, this is the command you have to use. TypeScript tsc, that's for TypeScript compiler. If you have not watched how to install the TypeScript compiler, I have a video, please watch that. I will give the video link in the description. So this will give the tsconfig.json. So here we can define how our TypeScript file should be compiled. So next I am going to create a file called function.ts. So now I am going to write a one function. So this function is called calculate tax. So every function may accept parameters. So here I am going to accept a parameter. So if I have to call a function calculate tax, I can pass the value. If I do some mathematical calculations, if someone pass the string, I might face error. Okay, so to resolve that error, we have to annotate our parameter. My function accepts parameter that has to be number. So if I try to pass a string, I get a warning. So other developer can also understand our code, which type of parameters are accepted. So we can pass the correct type parameter. And here I am going to console log test calculated. But here one thing to remember, because I have a function but I have not used this parameter. So as I said earlier, we can change our compiler options. So that's why tsconfig.json. So if you wish to receive a warning for unused parameters, you can also specify in the tsconfig.json file. So under the type checking section, here you have the options for no unused parameters to just enable this option. So if now you go to your file, here you can see now I get the warning message, value is declared but its value is never read. So to change that, I can save that into another variable called, just to learn the other. But here we have a scoped variable also. Here we have not used this scoped variable. So to get a warning for that, we have another option, no unused locals. Now we have enabled these options. So now we get a warning, x is declared but its value is never read. So these are the two options we can enable. And now I am going to save this in a variable value. Okay, so I have not written anything. I am going to comment this. So now I am going to compile my function. So just console log our value. So now I am going to compile. So to compile our TypeScript file, type tsc. This will compile your TypeScript file into JavaScript. So now I have a JavaScript file. So if I run my JavaScript file, here we got undefined, because by default JavaScript return undefined if we don't return anything. So to resolve the issue, we have to specify, hey, I want to return a number. So now we get a warning because we did not return anything, because a function whose declared type is neither undefined, void nor any must return value. So what does that mean? Hey, you have defined one function that has a declared return type number, but that is not one of the following, because it automatically implicitly return undefined, void or any, but you have defined number. So that's why you must return the number data type. So if I return our value, now the warning is gone. So now I have written one if condition, because if the coming value is greater than 10, I return value, but now also I get a warning because function lacks ending return statement and return type does not include undefined. Okay, so your because someone may give the value that is less than 10, so that's the case, we does not return anything, so it returns undefined. So to say that, I can also add the undefined. Not all code paths return a value. So to avoid that, we can also specify else return value -1. So this is how we can solve the issue. In this video we have learned two options in config.json for our unused variables and our parameters, our no unused parameters. Okay, using this we get a warning while in our development, and we can find our errors in our development stage. So thanks for watching.